Plant a tree.
Get free custard.
And saddle up for this packed episode of Friday 5, which is presented by the Nebraska Corn Board.
More on custard and saddles in a moment, but to kick off the countdown, today is Arbor Day.
That's right, and the very first Arbor Day was started way back in Nebraska in 1872. The challenge was to plant as many trees as possible, and Nebraskans answered the challenge by planting more than 1 million trees on that very first Arbor Day.
And did you know that the eastern cottonwood is the official state tree of Nebraska?
Did not. Very interesting. Well, moving on, Walmart Incorporated said it would enter the U.S. beef industry by creating an end-to-end supply chain of Angus beef. That announcement comes as Walmart looks to offer higher quality meat to consumers who are pushing for transparency.
Walmart is the world's largest retailer and said it had roped in several farmers to supply it with Angus beef cuts like steaks and roasts, and those products are to be sold in Walmart stores across the southeast United States.
Moving on to number 3, it is officially Rodeo Week in Nebraska.
It is. Governor Pete Ricketts made that official proclamation on horseback ahead of the 61st annual UNL Rodeo.
Yes, you heard that correct, on a horse. The rodeo takes place at the Lancaster Event Center this weekend, and it's expected to bring in more than 250 competitors across 6 Midwestern states.
Moving on, Bloomberg News reports that 80% of farms infected with the deadly African swine fever virus are not restocking their herds, and that's leaving a significant gap in production.
China is the world's largest pork producer, and pork accounts for more than 60% of meat consumption in China.
Ag officials in China say that production has dropped 21% since the virus was first reported last August, and a new outbreak was reported last weekend.
And finally this week, Culver's is bringing back #Farming Fridays. And while we couldn't help but take part in that celebration.
People in agriculture will share their stories on Culver's social media to educate followers about ag. And this is part of their Thank You Farmers project.
And be sure to mark your calendars for May 2nd, because all day long at Culver's you can get a free scoop of fresh frozen custard in exchange for a $1 donation to a local FFA chapter or other ag organization.
That is a wrap for the latest Friday 5, which is presented by the Nebraska Corn Board.
Go grab some Culver's on behalf of agriculture and have a safe weekend.
This is Mike. Mike likes his car. Mike likes to save money. And Mike likes to breathe. So Mike fills up with E15 with 15% American ethanol. The clean octane in E15 gives Mike the performance he wants from his engine and the clean air he wants for his family. Better yet, E15 costs less at the pump. Higher octane, cleaner air, lower cost. E15 sure gives Mike a lot to like. Discover E15 with American ethanol.